Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Parkhurst, and I'm going to introduce for you Miss Joyce Booble, who was in last week and gave her story of how we were able to improve her vision. And this is just one story of many of what our patients tell us, and this is a nice example of really why I do ophthalmology. So I'm a cataract surgeon and a refractive surgeon, meaning we do LASIK surgery and a variety of lens implants. And this is a nice example of the hundreds of patients that kind of tell us similar stories about how vision correction and eye surgery can really change their lives. One of the things that drives me to work every day is knowing that we can make a significant impact on people's lives by improving their vision. So I'm going to introduce for you Miss Joyce Booble, and you'll hear our little interview describing her story. We had cataract surgery yesterday.
Yes, sir.
On your second eye.
Yes.
And you were telling us today about what a difference it's made for your vision.
Oh, yes.
So I wanted you to explain what your vision used to be like even when you were a child.
Okay.
And just tell us kind of about your process.
Okay, well, I started first grade, and I couldn't see the blackboard, and I was failing in school. And the school nurse did an eye test. I hope I don't get emotional. I mean, you know, it's really...
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so they did the eye test, and they said that I needed to see a specialist. And they gave my mom and dad a specialist name. And I went to see him, and he says, I have no guarantees that she will be able to see. So he did the surgery, and I was able to see. But my glasses were still thick as Coke bottles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it really hurt me in my learning, you know, to not be able to see as well.
Mm-hmm. So could you see up close or far away or anywhere?
I couldn't see far away hardly at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't, like my husband sitting over there, I wouldn't be able to, I could see him sitting there, but I wouldn't be able to make out his face.
Mm-hmm.
I had gotten that way the last couple of years, like going to church. I couldn't see the pastor's face or anything because it was getting to where I couldn't see.
Mm-hmm.
And today, after the surgery, it was the first time I ever read a menu in my whole life without having to have a pair of glasses or contacts.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like I could drive today without hurting anybody or anything like that. Plus, every time I have to have my license renewed, I'd have to have a form filled out.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this time I won't, you know.
Well, you know, today you actually did score well enough to pass a driver's test.
Right, and before.
Without glasses on.
Really, and it's the first time in my whole life. I guess I haven't told you my other experience. My sister-in-law works for the Lighthouse for the Blind.
Mm-hmm.
And she stayed with us for a while, and she noticed how bad my eyes were getting. And I went for training at the Lighthouse for the Blind because they were afraid that my sight was going. And, you know, so they got me all the monitors and everything like that. And now I feel like I can't give them back.
Mm-hmm.
Because I couldn't read a newspaper without putting a newspaper under that monitor.
Right. Right, and your glasses were super thick.
Right.
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 In fact, we used we used the highest power lens implant that we can get. That's how strong it was.
Wow.
And we had to use a special kind of cartridge just to implant it because it's bigger.
Oh, really?
Really?
But there is a lens for you, and thankfully it seems to work very well already. So.
Yes, I thank you so much. I mean, I never thought I'd be able to see this well,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I thought, you know, eventually my sight was going to go,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because, you know, it got to where, like I said, I couldn't recognize people's faces and stuff like that, you know.
And Dr. Burgess said you hurry up and get them.
He told me if I'd hurry up and get cataracts, I'd see better in my whole life.
He was right about that.
Yeah, he was right about that. So it's an exciting day for you.
Yes, it is, and
Yeah.
you know, I don't know why I'm so emotional, but it does make me emotional
Mm-hmm.
because anybody that doesn't have their sight doesn't realize, you know, because when I was in first grade, I bump into things and the kids tease me, you know, and I had to really strive to be able to accomplish something in life with my sight.
Mm-hmm. Well, now you get to live the rest of your years seeing better than you ever did.
Yes, and
So-
I'm going to be able to, I love kayaking,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be able to go, you know, and before I was always afraid I was going to lose my glasses or my contacts if I turned over in the water.
Mhm.
So now I can really,
But it's bad for me now, I can't sweep the dirt in the corner anymore.
yeah, I can see. But
Yeah.
thank you
Okay.
so much. I just,
Well, you're welcome. It's a big day for us too. I'm really happy for you.
yes, I mean,
So Dr. Burgess will check you next week.